0518. I want to read something from Adolph Reed. He actually said it way better than I've ever said it. So there's no reason for me to paraphrase it. It's on your screen right now. You can go down Sanders's platform issue by issue and ask, so how is this not a black issue? How is $15, hang on, let me do something. How is $15 minimum wage not a black issue? How is massive public work program not a black issue? How is free public college higher education not a black issue? The criminal justice stuff and all the rest of it. So one head scratching aspect of this whole is what do people like Ta-Nehisi Coates imagine to be gained by calling the redistribution program racial and calling it reparations? All right. So I probably could have left the last part off just for context of this conversation. Right. But really, how is $15 an hour minimum wage not a black issue when so many African Americans are disproportionately poor? How is free higher education not an issue when so many African Americans are poor and may not get a scholarship, but still can go if school was free? How is a giant works program not beneficial, not a black issue? So currently, Sanders has a platform that by magnitudes of order outperforms Hillary Clinton's, with the added bonus. Listen, before I even say that sentence, it's not even a matter of Bernie Sanders. I don't think people understand that it's not about him as a personality, because really as a personality, he's all right. You know, he's cool. It's what he stands for and what he's pushing for and what he's fighting for, which is something dramatically different than the status quo under which every single one of us right now have been struggling under. So it's not about Bernie Sanders as this political inspirational figure, even though some people do take him that way. It's about the fact that when you outline what Hillary Clinton stands for, and Martin O'Malley is in the mix somewhere, and then Bernie Sanders stands for, you realize that Bernie Sanders is the only person that's really talking about changing the system such that it works for the average American. Now, I don't care. I say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. I don't care if it would have been Elizabeth Warren. I don't care if it would have been Robert Reich. I don't care if it would have been anyone who's a true progressive. Even if whoever. Just be talking about the issues that's going to be relevant to the majority of Americans, instead of continuing in this neoliberal economic paradigm and this neoconservative military industrial complex that spends more money on killing people overseas than investing in us domestically. It's not about Bernie Sanders as a personality. It's about what he represents. And we were tweeting this earlier. Bernie Sanders is not going to be our hero. He is not going to be our savior. He's not trying to be our hero or our savior. He is simply trying to help us take the first step that President Obama nudged towards. Let's be real. President Obama absolutely nudged us towards progressivism, but it was merely a nudge. Bernie Sanders is saying, let's move beyond a nudge towards progressivism and let's take the first step towards progressivism. The story is not going to end, even if he had 8 years, which would put him at 82. But, you know, he's a slim guy. It looks like he's pretty healthy. He could be around. But the point is, it's about getting somebody in office that is not afraid of challenging the office of the presidency to serve the people versus serving Wall Street corporations and defense contractors, special interests, lobbyists, and the rest of them. Caller, you're live on the air. What's your name, comment, and/or question?